Hey, Shane. Shane, there's news. Shane, there's news about Tetris 99. Stop playing Tetris 99 so we can talk about the news. There's a data leak. There was a data leak. There's new modes coming to Tetris 99. Hot take! Hey, Shane.
What?
How'd your match go?
I want to talk about it.
Did you hear Flight of the Bumblebee?
Maybe.
Did you get in the top 10?
Maybe.
Did you get the number 1 place in Tetris 99?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, I want to talk about Tetris 99. There has been a data leak of Tetris 99, and Oatmeal Dome on Twitter is the data miner who had found a few new modes that are coming to Tetris 99. Tetris 99 right now is a really big game.
Yes,
we had spoken about this just a little while ago. It came to the Nintendo Switch right after the Direct on the 13th.
Yes.
And it's a free game, completely free, as long as you have a online subscription.
Yep.
And folks are playing it, man. It is. People are calling it the Battle Royale Tetris game that we didn't know we wanted.
Yes, it is by far one of the coolest experiences we've got on the Nintendo Switch. And because it's basically enrolled in your Nintendo Online subscription, that's fantastic. Now, we're being told you can download it without the addition or without being able to play it online. So that's kind of the purpose, though. The game doesn't actually work, so but
with this data mine and with some of these leaks, maybe actually being online might not be as heavy of a thing with this particular game. Okay.
Now, we were talking about future game modes and stuff like that, and now it looks like that might actually be going down.
Yes. So there's 3 game modes that Oatmeal Dome has since sort of uncovered from this data mine. So the first one is Team Battle.
I mentioned that. I actually said that in the last episode. I talked about it. I'm the king. That's right.
So we're kind of quoting Oatmeal Dome here. 2 giant teams clash. Be on the winning side.
Yeah.
Okay. The only way I want this in a Tetris 99 game is if it's 99 people versus 99. Because if it's team battle and it's cut in half, there's no way you can properly cut in half 99 players unless you literally cut a person in half.
Okay, I see.
That's very not Nintendo.
That makes sense. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Personally, I thought this would be a good idea because I want to be able to experience this kind of gameplay with friends. Look, I know it sounds a little bit nuts, but as it stands right now, I could see this game becoming a tournament-style game. And if it was a team battle game, imagine teams of really good Tetris players playing together and having this like epic tournament. I think this could be a bigger deal if done well. And I think it's a mode that'd be really fun. I want to play team battle with you. I want to play with some friends out there. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want.
I do too, but I'm a stickler for names. And if this is called Tetris 99 and the number 99 is not incorporated into this team battle in some way, I'll yell blasphemy.
Okay.
Be like, no, you can't do that. So part of what would be problematic to me when thinking about team battles is matchmaking for this. So right now with Tetris 99, it's like whatever. It's 98 other people you're battling against, and the skill levels vary, and that's fine. That's the beauty of this game. It's simple. Everyone's playing. It might be really hard, especially right now. We're noticing that it's getting quite a bit harder because skilled players are being... But that's it. That's the way that this game is supposed to be. So if there is matchmaking, will it be difficult, especially if we're going to dig a little more into this, if you're segmenting the different modes that are here, will it be difficult to properly get a fair match of like unskilled to skilled players on both sides of... You need a huge population.
Yeah, I mean,
playing online for that.
I think that can be an issue if you have a significant amount of people that are skilled playing against a significant amount of people that aren't.
Yeah.
But I think with such a large amount of players, it should work itself out. But it's interesting. I'm curious to see how this would work. I think it's a very interesting way to go about this, and it definitely is a mode I want to see. But it's the next mode that might change things up. Now, like we said, you can play this game, or you can download this game if you don't have a Nintendo online subscription.
Yeah. But you can't. What can you do? You can look at the title screen and then wish to have 98 people to contend against.
But that might change with this.
Okay.
There's going to be apparently a comm battle or computer battle mode.
That's right. So, computer battle mode where you're battling against 98 bots. Which, okay, not blasphemy.
Sure.
99's still there. It's still Tetris 99. The thing is, again, like, to me, what this game is so far, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
There's this beautiful dance of, like, tension there. When you're playing against real people and you hear KO, you're like, okay, I don't know who it is. I'm going to imagine it's, like, Don from Kentucky. I just knocked out. I know I just knocked out a real human being from this match. When the flight of the bumblebees kicks in, and that means you're within the last 10 people that are playing Tetris 99. That, you know, you're like, okay, there's some really skilled players here, not just some random AI computer.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be totally fair about this. I get it, I understand it, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna play against 99 like robots or like computer controlled players, you're actually just facing one. Do you know what I mean? You're not actually doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're literally just playing it till the end, and you're just playing against. I mean, it's randomized. Their skill sets are based upon preset principles and stuff like that.
I'm sure
It doesn't make much sense to me. You could just be playing against one really good opponent. Realistically, that's what it could be.
I can side with it to the extent, like, I don't want it in this game, but I understand maybe this is a useful tool for people that are just jumping on board.
Yes.
And they want to practice.
And that's what it's
And you
for.
can change the level of difficulty. This is not what Tetris 99 is about, Shane.
Sure.
We have so many Tetris games that you can hop into right now. There are, like, free Tetris software that online everywhere that you can play. I think there was an official Tetris that you could play online.
Oh, yeah. There was a bunch
for the longest time.
There's a whole bunch of
If you want to train in Tetris, which, by the way, it's Tetris, not only is it a game that has basically stayed the same for, like, since 1984, but it's okay, so it's been around. But it's the simplicity, right? It's so simple. That's the beauty of the game, is that you shouldn't necessarily need training.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, the computer battle mode apparently is also going to include, from what we're to understand, a team battle mode as well, so you can, like, I guess, test that out as well. Regardless, though, I don't think this makes a lot of sense to me personally, but I can understand people just having a test, or maybe people really want to play this, but they don't like the difficulty of playing online with people, and they can rank the difficulty different for the computer controlled players. Whatever, it's a choice.
Blasphemy.
But how about the next mode?
Oh, okay. Before we talk about the last mode, I think we should say that they did, within the data mining, they did find or confirmed that what Nintendo had said in the Direct was true. That the regular mode of Tetris 99, you are going to be able to unlock things, and there's going to be events.
Yeah.
So, like, I still want skins unlocked, man.
Sure.
We talked about this. I still want the different soundtracks.
Yep.
I love the Tetris soundtrack B and Tetris soundtrack C.
No, we need it. You need more things to unlock. There has to be a reason to keep going in the game. And I think, look, in general, maybe people just want different colors, different layouts, different shapes. They want different things to make their experience more refined and better for their visuals. And I think that's important. There has to be a way to modify the visuals because, look, there's going to be some gamers out there that don't want that colorful background. They're just going to want a black background with like some simplified shapes because they want to focus on the information of the game and less on anything else. And I think that's a smart move, and I hope they do that.
How about some old school gamers that I always opt in for the Game Boy graphics and everything. I'm like, Mario Maker, give us Game Boy assets. Tetris, of course, give us the olive and weird colors.
I want
of the
original
game.
NES pixelized graphics. Right? I want that. I think it's easy to achieve. I don't think this is a
Tengen or Tengen.
Tengen Tetris.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. Okay, so the last mode, it's marathon mode.
Yeah.
Score attack.
Yeah.
So
it's what you expect. You've seen this in other Tetris games before.
Hey, remember that thing I just said about Tetris being everywhere and completely accessible? That's not the reason Tetris 99's here, man.
I disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. If you have a whole bunch of people out there that one of the biggest reasons they got a Game Boy was originally Game Boy was packaged with Tetris.
That's right.
Now the Switch, if you pick it up, has a free Tetris game that's bundled with it. That might be enough for people to pick it up. And that extra incentive of playing against 99 people is not only addictive and fun, but it makes a lot of sense. If they include a marathon mode, a computer-controlled mode, and all that stuff, suddenly you have a Tetris game that you can play out in the wild and you can play wherever you are. So it gives you the ability to play it wherever you go, and then if you get home or get to an internet connection, you want to play with a bunch of people, then you can. I think this makes sense. However, I'm confused because Puyo Puyo Tetris does exist, and it has many of these modes in there.
Exactly.
So
it's not free, though.
It's not free. So, it isn't free, and it has Puyo Puyo as well, so it's kind of different. But you could just play Tetris by itself on there. I'm wondering if they understand what they're doing here might damage that game's existence or its ability to be played and enjoyed in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things might change, but hey, this still makes sense to me. I think this is a great way for people to get into the Switch if they haven't got into it. It's a simple game. It's basically given to you for nothing at this point. If you, I mean, you can still, you still need to pay for the Nintendo Switch Online service, but still, I think this makes a lot of sense.
So I definitely side with that argument, and I do like the fact that you could take it on the go with you, because we said that was going to be problematic with this.
Yeah, of course.
The whole Wi-Fi issue of you going out into the public and trying to play Tetris 99 as it is a big issue. Every mode, every extra mode that's put into this game segments the audience.
And that's a big problem.
Everything segments the audience. So even if there's a chance that someone's, playing Tetris 99, maybe I'll just play Marathon. Like, each one of these modes is a distraction from the player base that could be Tetris 99. So this could be scary, right? This is what we were talking about in the first place. The moment that you start segmenting the different modes of this game, the pool of people that you can draw from to play specific modes, it dwindles, right?
Yes.
And right now it's the hotness.
Yep.
Right now you could have these modes. There'd be a lot of people playing all the different modes, but over time, the numbers drop.
That's true.
Right?
Now, I think having these modes might bring more gamers over time. I do not believe they need to launch these modes today, right? We're talking months down the line or something like that for these modes to ever come out. But you're absolutely right. You launch a brand new mode, and let's just say somebody gets to the main menu and they get to choose between the regular Tetris 99 online, the computer-controlled one, the other computer-controlled one, the team battle one, and a bunch of other different modes. Suddenly, you take what was a pool of, let's just say, 500 people wanting to play a game, and you spread them out again around 5 different things, and suddenly you don't have the big pool that you had before. If you already have 100 people playing the game, then that means that you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for one of the online matches to start. However, if a lot of people are playing, and we're talking in the millions, that might actually change things, because it doesn't matter how big the pool is, you're still having a good fraction of people playing.
Yeah, they would have to maintain that player base. It's not to say that it can't be done. Sure. It's just like we have to look at things historically, and we know that over time, player bases do tend to dip. Hey, things like Fortnite are flourishing, but even that over time, it will dip. But if they have something that keeps bringing players back, maybe some cool skins, maybe some other options and things, maybe it can keep all these rooms filled up.
We're hearing about extended game modes with abilities and things like that, actually expanding the concept of the game. And if they do that, it might really add a lot of interesting gameplay dynamic to it that can really change up the way you're playing this game already. But at the end of the day, it does kind of worry me a little bit. The one thing that they've got going for this game is the idea that it's on that platform and it's being given to you for a little to no cost.
Yes.
That is what makes this work. Had you even had to pay 99 cents for this game, this would not have had the impact that it did. This is the best way to do it. And I'm really hoping that we get more games like this from Nintendo. It just makes so much sense to do this. And I hope they realize that this is it. Dude. What you're doing, you can surpass everyone else with their online platforms if you do this right. Because when you think about it, right? Right now you've got Sony and you got Microsoft with their Xbox One and their Xbox Pass and all that stuff.
Oh, okay,
you do have these online modes. You got with Gold, you're getting free games every month. With PSN Plus, you're getting free games.
Game Pass. And,
So there are things like that exist, but a mode to a game or a game that exists solely on one platform created for that one goal, we have seen it before. I did a little research because I was kind of remembering a couple of games that got released on the PlayStation Network and the Xbox, and there were games like that got released that were specifically for those tailored modes. However, none of them, not any of them, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to make those games seem like they were bad.
Are you talking about Uno on the 360? Because we all know that was the greatest experience ever.
There was a tank,
with a webcam.
There was a tank and vehicle combat game on the PlayStation or the Xbox. There was a bunch of these games that had come out. What's really different about this was that they didn't make some crazy, hard to understand game. They made something that was simple and easy to grasp.
Keep it simple.
The last time
Keep it simple.
a company did this, and I'm going to pull way back.
Yeah.
On the Dreamcast, there was a disc that you would get when you bought Dreamcast Official Magazine, and it would come with updated web browsers. And on that disc, you would get a puzzle game. And the puzzle game was really fun. And I remember playing it a lot.
Spirals?
Yeah, with the spirals.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it
Right.
myself.
But see, that's the kind of stuff that makes a lot of sense. Now, look, obviously the Dreamcast was not the success everyone wanted it to be, but the idea of this stuff is a little bit older than people realize. But I think this is a great way for Nintendo to grow the online platform. And all we want to see is the game to evolve. Even though we both agree that fracturing the user base isn't the smartest mode.
I feel like if they can bring in other modes, and I don't know how they could make them kind of meld together, but if they do maintain the...
Slowly, too.
Yeah. But if they do maintain like a handshake between these modes somehow, where like someone thinks they're just playing a regular match, but like it's integrated.
What I would say is like
there were no computer players.
Yeah.
It just is Tetris 99.
Yeah, right. When you turn
they
on
were lying the whole time.
When you go to play Tetris 99 and it starts up right away because it's pretty fast, that's important. What I think should happen is if you're going to play a game and it tells it tells you on the screen, here's the wait time for this and here's the wait time for this, and you get to just click on one or the other so you can just go straight into that. Because if I go to play team mode and it goes, okay, well, you're going to have to wait 5 minutes for a team battle to likely start, or right now you can play Tetris 99, they'll be like, you know what, I'm just going to go for that one. So I hope they implement those kind of things into the game and make it work that way, because that's they got to hold on to that speed, because man, when I want to play, I just go to play it, and
it's perfect right now.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
So, folks,
that's
what
the
do
end
you
of the hot take. Don't ruin it. It's perfect.
Are
It's a perfect thing.
Are you excited for these game modes? Do you think that they're worth it? Do you think they're going to make the game a little bit too complex? Please let us know what you think.